Welcome back, gamers. It's been like a week, but we're continuing with Sorcery. How's everyone doing? There's no one in chat, but we're chilling. Okay. No, yeah. Didn't stream on Friday, as I think I announced in the community section of this YouTube, which you should pay attention to if you're at all interested in this content. But yeah. I think that's about it. Didn't stream on Friday. I streamed on Monday, okay, just not on YouTube. I streamed on Twitch. Brem and I did a high stream. The whole idea was pranking Red into not thinking we were high while trying to play Overwatch. And you know, Red was at one point like a top 500 player for Overwatch, right? So it's supposed to be like really funny, like, oh, why these people are just dog shit, you know? Nah, we're just playing high. But also like I am dog shit at Overwatch. Either way, point is, Brem blew cover almost immediately, and it was really funny. I made the foolish mistake of eating an edible on an empty stomach. Now, I've had edibles twice, okay, in my entire life. I've smoked once with a very nice person who is willing to provide weed to me in a storm drain on my campus. And that's been my whole experience with weed. So my second experience was streaming, being high, playing Overwatch 2 with the Raptor dog at TTV. And so we took edibles 20 minutes before the stream started. Like, we were just vibing in like the live channel of this one server, just kind of like talking. And I'm like, yo, it'd be a fucking hilarious idea if like we got high and waited to see how long it would take Red to notice. It's like a really spontaneous thing. And I decided to jump up from 5 milligrams, which on 5 milligrams, I was like, I think that was like peak like good to bad ratio for me. I decided up to 7.5 just to see how it would be. Oh God, it was bad. So of course I get like the almost, for lack of a better term, lightheaded feeling immediately. Chat disconnected. YouTube, what are you doing? Hold on. Fellas, I apologize, but if chat is being chatted, then I can't chat with you because chat is disconnected. English? Dude, don't even criticize me. Don't even criticize me. Anyway, hold on, let me hop on my account just to see if it'll show up. Right, where the fuck were we with the story? Oh yeah. Okay. There we go, finally. Okay. So with the story, I'm high almost immediately. Like, I start having like the slowed down brain, the almost like lightheaded feeling immediately. And I don't know if I pass off as like sober when I'm high, but I was like watching some of the stream and holy fuck, like it wasn't that bad. Like I was quiet, yes, but that's about on par. Hey Murph, how are you doing? We are indeed vibing. Reading this fucking visual novel, basically. But I'm telling the story about the high stream on Monday. Also just justifying it to whoever may be watching this later that I, in fact, did not forget about stream on Monday, and I am sticking to a schedule, okay? I'm being responsible for once, and it's been about a month since I've started keeping to a schedule, so pat me on the back, give me a kiss on the lips, maybe a wink of the eye, and we'll be fine. But Brem blows cover almost immediately. Because man cannot keep a secret. So red knows Brem's high, right? I think it takes red quite a second to realize I'm fucking baked as well. Because I am fucking like, of course I'm telling chat, red probably doesn't have my stream, like, unmuted. So I'm like telling Murph here, yo, I'm fucked up right now. I can barely think. But apparently I'm playing well enough to where I can, like, ghost. I can, like, it just seems like I'm quiet, which I usually am. But with weed, it's either I am quiet or I'm, like, fucking black pill doom maxing. I don't know. I'm Murph, just as an open thing, I might do another edible on Saturday. I haven't decided yet. But that aside, like, I don't know if I like weed, honestly, all things considered. It, like, gets rid of a baseline anxiety, which is nice. But it also, like, makes my skin tingle in a fucked way, and I hate it. I hate it. That and, like, kind of getting rid of the anxiety in itself, ironically, is anxiety inducing. So just interesting little tidbits from this whole experience. Good thing to try, but still don't know how to feel about it, all things considered. Oh, dude, fire. Okay, so you're gonna be around for a while, Murph. Yo, fire. Yeah, I'm gonna give 5 milligrams another shot on Saturday. I have a rule, Murph. I don't take more than I don't take edibles like day and day, like back to back, and I'm not exceeding more than twice a week. Those are my rules. But I'm probably gonna keep it to like once a week, if even. Like, once I'm done with these edibles, I don't think I'll buy any more, just because I don't really, like, feel a compulsion to take it. Just doesn't scratch the same, it doesn't scratch an itch for me, honestly, which is good. Because I was really worried, like, I've got a pretty addictive personality, like, just, like, seeing how I've treated, like, certain video games in the past, and, things like caffeine with, like, energy drinks and all that, I'm like, I'm gonna become a pothead likely if I don't control myself, but that doesn't seem to be an issue because I just have no compulsion to take it. So thank God for that. But yeah, those are like my baseline rules, Murph. Otherwise, I'm down. Okay, but yeah, right. I've been fucking yapping for 10 minutes here. So we got Sorcery, right? Sorcery 3. We've killed, like, 3 of the serpents? Yeah, because we done diddly killed the fire serpent in the swamp. We killed the moon serpent up here. Homie was, like, resistant to fire, or not resistant, weak to fire or something. And that was kind of goofy. We killed the earth serpent. We know the water serpent's here. We also know from a clue that the air serpent is somewhere. I think it said, like, oh yeah, the air, or the ferryman has an air of suspicion about him. He's the air serpent. That's extremely on the nose. Smart. I avoid doing it outside with other people. I find that how I am while high is very dependent on the crowd of folks I'm with. Yeah, that's fair. You got, like, the social, what do you call that? Like, social chameleon thing? I'm very much so a social chameleon as well, like, generally speaking. I I'm trying to change that though, because I don't think it's healthy. But yeah. I get you. Like first experience high, I was playing like, well, we had talked about this, Murph, but I'll reiterate it for the sake of stream. I was playing like this extraction shooter, with a rat and Billy, which are two people from a server I'm in. And that was, it was a fucking bizarre experience. Time slowed. My brain became a thin jelly spread out over toast. Mix of feelings about it, honestly. Oh, bet. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, Murph. I think the weed makes me, it can do a bit of a mix. It can make me more talkative in that I'll just like bring up doomer shit. Like, again, I made this like analogy about people and tennis balls, and it was like, you know, I was like this deep, like, oh yes, like this deep, profound, like, yes, humans can bounce back. Like, humans are like tennis balls. Like, we keep getting hit around, but we keep like bouncing back, and then, but the thing that kills us is the sun, where we just like slowly rot away and turn into nothing, and that everything is pointless in the end, but the fun that we have while playing tennis is what matters. And I think about that, just like going back, and I'm like, holy fuck, like I must have sounded like borderline insane there. Like, what the fuck was I on about? But I don't know. I don't think I had any shit like that on Monday though. I think because I was too focused on gaming. But yeah. Just fucking just goofy shit generally. But yeah, after Monday, I either had like the weed hangover or the edible lasted like into the next day, because I went to school and I was goofing and gaffing at school. Like, I felt high at school, which is okay because my brother drove us there, right? Because it turns out our schedules align perfectly, for him to be going to the community college right next to my college. But yeah, just fucking goofy shit, all things around. Pretty funny. Okay, right. The game. Not to shut down any conversations, but we gotta focus on the game. Okay. We killed a few serpents. We still have like 4 to go. So yeah, but we've got some gold to spend. So let's check out the stalls real quick. Weed takes a while to leave your system, especially if you're unfamiliar with it. Noted. That means it's a weekend thing only. For me, at least. On the other side of the Bay Area from the waterfront is a line of stalls. Most sell food, grilled fish, and fruit. There's also a bottle seller selling stoppered bottles. I want to visit the fishmonger. The fishmonger is a large woman who wields an enormous cleaver. I'll chop it and grill it for you, she announces, staring you threateningly in the eye. 4 pieces per head. 4 gold pieces per head. This one's bigger than the rest, the woman advises you, pointing at one fish in particular, but there's no difference discernible to your eye. I'm just gonna buy one. I don't need any like extra rations, so I'm just going to consume it right now. You pay the woman 4 gold pieces. She slaps the fish onto her griddle, squeezes it over with lemon, and throws a couple of unlikely looking herbs, then lets it fry. After a few minutes, a smell that makes your stomach ache with hunger, she slides the cooked fish off the griddle and onto some thick cheesecloth for carrying. The skin is so hot it makes your fingers blister to the touch. Dude, I'm gonna eat that right now. You eat the fish there, and then, before it grows cold... Wait. I can't read. You eat the fish there and then, before it grows cold. It's excellent. Succulent. And clearly, only caught a few hours previously. The woman nods. I see you're enjoying that. Thank you, dude. You nod in thanks, and she spins her cleaver in reply. Let's see the fruit seller. You greet the fruit seller, who waves his hand across his selection. 1 apple, 2 gold pieces. He declares, finest Zanzunu apples. An apple for 2 gold pieces? Bro. I'm looking at the bottles, bro. That's too hefty of a price. We don't need fruit. We'll eat fish. You stop at the bottle seller's stall. He has shelves and shelves of bottles, of all different sizes and shapes and colors. A few are filled, but most are empty. Tell me about your bottles, good sir. You have a lot of bottles here, you remark. The bottle seller smiles. It's not my passion, if that's what you mean, but I am very, very good at making bottles, as you can see. Yes, these bottles are exquisite, good sir. You scan over the filled bottles. Most seem to contain nothing but colored water, and are probably simply filled to show off the craftsmanship of the glass. But a rack in the front appears to contain a blimberry potion, and the row behind is labeled Holy Water from the Temple of the Mule. Yo. Try to get the blimberry potion. Blimberry potions, the vendor says. The finest, sourced from the wet marsh of Lake Lumley itself. 7 gold pieces each. That's very expensive. It's not entirely the cost of the liquid, he answers. The bottle is highest quality as well. I don't think I have any more blimberries, but I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna buy 2. I'll take 2, you tell him. He hands them over carefully. Be careful of the glass, he says. But the holy water, bro. Holy water is most valuable, the hawker says. An excellent wedding present, for example, and good for magic. Hence the high craftsmanship of the glass. 10 gold pieces. I feel like a lemon being squeezed dry of pulp. Bro. No. You smile and shake your head. Alright, let's look at his other products, right? The empty bottles. You look over the man's collection of empty bottles. They come in every shape and size, from that of your thumb up to tankards as large as your thigh. There are thin bottles and portly bottles, and bottles in every shade of colored glass. Some twist and corkscrew, some are delicately fluted. Most are very well made indeed. Alright, man. You got a passion for bottles, but I bid you farewell. We don't need any fruit. You move away from the stalls. The sun has not yet crested the last peaks in the east. You walk down to the shoreline. The water looks clean and inviting, although it most certainly is freezing cold. In the far distance, boats punt this way and that between scattered islands. All right, we need a boat. You call out for a boat, but they are well out of earshot. A few nearby people look at you strangely. You turn back to the waterline towards the bustling waterfront area. The air stirs a little, still cold, but fresh. Okay. We're not going to swim. There's supposed to be a boatsman. So I think we need to go up to this tower, go back to the past, or go back to the present. Right. Here we're in the present. Alrighty. I'm not going to read through these since I read through them last stream. Alright, let's adjust this beam. Okay. Okay. I think it's nighttime, so... Right. You follow the old road. The moon rises, filling the world with thin silver light. The cold wind moves between the cracked flagstones. You continue to march. Alright. The lake shore. You follow the road downhill to the lake shore, looking out across the vast expanse of still water which stretches onto the horizon. Your resolve grows. How can you cross? There's no signs of either people or boats. The far shore is lost in darkness. Let's rest here. You might as well camp here for the night and make your plans in the morning. Putting down your pack on the shore of the lake, you try to rest despite the strange noises that float across the landscape. You lie back and try to forget your troubles. You dream you're trapped in a low straw hut, its door sealed with bolts made of bones. A small fire is burning in one corner, but quickly spreads until you are surrounded by flame. You feel yourself starting to sweat from the heat. You wake up to find a ball of fire raging just a mere inches from you. What's up, dude? Uh-oh. The fire does not seem to be fueled. It is a ball about 3 feet wide, gushing with smoke and steam. A moment later, it unravels, uncurling into a long animal form. It's a firefox. No way like the browser. And it's coming for your neck in a blaze of fur and fire. Better prank this man. We should be able to mud. Dude, extraordinarily cool wolf. I feel you, dude. Oh, I don't have a stench. Oh, gosh. Alright, Murph. Think I should foff this? I can create a force field. I can't create a stench. Oh my god, my options are actually extraordinarily limited. I can create a shield too. Fog is not going to do anything. No mud. Yeah, I know. So sad. might as well see what Foff does. In this encounter, create a force field, baby. Let's go. You cast the spell, forming a shivering force field around your body. You should be protected from all but the most serious injuries now. The force field should help lessen the terrible heat if the creature gets too close to you. Then it is upon you. You draw your sword ready to fight. At least your force field will keep the worst of the creature's flames back. I'm gonna full send. Yo. The firefox paces the earth before you. Sparks of fire flashing across its fur. Driven by fear, you charge headlong. It rushes you, balling up and igniting as it flies through the air, only to skewer itself on your blade. It twists and writhes. Again. Drats. You bring your sword about for a wild blow. The blow catches the firefox as it dodges back. As the firefox grows weaker, its eyes grow redder and its fur begins to turn ash gray. Sideswipe. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. Then the beast is pounding forward, spittle flying from its open jaws. You flick out your blade, but the firefox is on fire, barreling forward, and you are knocked flying. The monster crouches down and snarls. The firefox circles you, hissing and spitting. You hold back, waiting, eyes not leaving the beast. You stay low and ready. The firefox paces about you, snapping at the air. The firefox drops into a crouch. He's about to pounce. I can beat him. The firefox rears and steps back and swipes you like a bear, but you put all your might into a sweep of your blade, hoping to finish the creature in a stroke. The blow connects. The beast is crawling, dragging its wounded belly through the mud below. Fire flickers along its back. The firefox's eyes flash a deep and hot red. Setting your stance, you ready a stab forward, hoping to skewer the firefox between its gaping jaws, but it's too fast and too hot for you. It scorches your skin. You bring up your hand to staunch your wound. The smell of blood makes the firefox lick its lips with glee. The creature turns about on the spot. I didn't even know it had enough stamina to do that, considering it just hit me with a 5. You're panting with exhaustion, but still hang back, afraid the creature's snapping jaws and dripping fangs. The firefox lashes out with its claws. At the last moment, you dive aside, but you cannot hide forever. You put all your strength into the Hold on, let me retry that. You put all your strength into the swing of your sword. The strike sinks deep. The firefox collapses, and a moment later ignites with a powerful flare. A pyre burns for a short instant, and when it fades, the creature is tight skin around bones with no flesh left. Okay. You collapse back, exhausted and scorched from the encounter. With luck, the rest of the night will be more peaceful. The creature has no possessions, of course, but it has a fine array of teeth, including 4 front fangs that seem to glow with a faint heat. We are taking those. With the tip of your sword, you dig out the first of the creature's fangs, but as you tug it free, the tooth cracks and suddenly erupts into flame. You drop it smartly, and the fire burns a moment longer before going out. Working more carefully this time, you manage to extract 2 more fangs without incident. The third is harder work, but you cut and tug carefully and manage to extract it successfully. You wrap the teeth in cloth and put them in your pack. They will come in useful should you need to light a fire. Then tiredness overwhelms you. Time to rest. With a pop, your force field shimmers out of existence. All right, day 20. You lost a significant amount of gold, entered the steppes, and entered the Vishlami Marsh, exploring the city of Tenpang, and found no new clues. Sunrise over the lake is beautiful, if chilly. Now you must work out how to proceed. All right. You call out loudly and wait. 10 minutes pass, but nothing happens. In the distance over the water, a few bird-like creatures turn in the sky. I'm going to call again. You try calling again, but there's no response. Wasn't there supposed to be a ferryman? There was. I'm like 100% sure. I'm just going to walk around. For several strides, you follow the sandy shore eastwards, but find nothing of note. The shoreline ends in a collapsed seawall. Thin clouds drift across the open sky above the lake. Let's just get some sand. Might as well. Might as well wait. For an hour, you wait. The early morning sun makes the air glow. But apart from the occasional small animal darting around the waterline, the area seems to be completely deserted. You walk back the other way, or you walk back and try the other way. Again, you come across nothing that might help you get across. Wait just a tidbit longer. Half an hour later, and there's no signs of intelligent life around the lakeshore. You begin to realize it is likely that you will wait a very long time for the means to cross Lake Ilklala. It must be possible to cross the lake, but only if you can summon the ferryman. You turn your eyes away from the lake and head back towards the wastes. You'll have to find some other way to get across the water. Huh. Okay. There's a boat inside here, but the dude is fucking dead. And the boat is fucked. We could try to find like a stave of oak, I think is what we need. Something like that. No, a staff of oak sapling to fix it. Oh, wait. Oh. I thought the fix spell was literally a repair spell. Bruh. No, it's like a hold this bitch in one area spell. Okay, that makes sense. You leave the shore for an old road across the plains. The day is likely to be clear, and it'll be hot once more. The bottom of the road meets up the path into the mountains here. Just to the south is a deep fissure in the land. Taking a hunk of cooked meat, you eat your first meal of the day. Okay, wait, hold on. Don't we have clues about this? Let's take a look. The lake is said to be teeming with serpents. Yes. Okay. The sleepless ram is a deadly statue in the fortress of Mampang. You are given a riddle on how to defeat it. For sleeping of the sleepless ram, seek out the one they call the sham. You were told the path to Mampang lies across the Whispering Bridge guarded by the hermit Coletus. Okay. And we can't go back in time to try to see if this boat is good because the boat is fucked. Or this whole building just doesn't exist in the past, sadly. You begin to make your way up the mountainside. As the morning moves on, the wind begins to rise. The road down the slope passes a small stone house. The aged wooden door stands a crack ajar. You peer inside the house. It's dark, and you can make out furniture coated with layers of dust. It seems this place is no ruin, but it clearly has been uninhabited for some time. How do we get across reasonably? So there's two ways we can get across. Either we can try to... we can try to, like, get the entire lake under the effects of the beams. I think that's the most reasonable way. Yeah, so let's just do that, actually. That's a much better option. All right. I don't know why. Actually, fuck. I don't think we can. Because if we go into the past, then we can't fight. If we go into the past, then we can't fight the serpents because they're in the present. So we're in a bit of a kerfuffle here. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. So we got the ferryman tip from the elves who also wanted to kill us. I don't want to swim because then a good chunk of my rations go away. Yeah, deadass, the best option would be try to steal a boat, I think, in the past. So would we have to use a rewind here? I think we would. Sadly. So we'd have to rewind all the way back. Not all the way back to, like, the ancient city, but... No, let's just keep it going. Okay, base of the tower. Huh. I don't know how to do this. Hmm. Man. Okay, okay. So yeah, but you probably have to backtrack for either an item or we go back to this lady actually. Fuck it. Let's go inside and teleport. If push comes to shove, we can always go back in time as well. Like we could adjust the beam here and try to do something like that. Yeah, because now there's something on that island. So we could do that. Then we can touch the crystal, teleport down to here. We'll try to get the whole lake, and then we can finesse it from there, I think. Wait, hold on. What are we looking at from here? So that keeps it pretty okay, actually. And then we just have to modify where this goes, I think. Okay, okay. So let me touch the blue crystal. Fire. Let's go over here. Okay. Then just slightly adjust the beam. Okay, okay. Have you heard of the board game Time Stories? It's kind of like a board game version of this type of game, but it's ridiculously expensive, which is the biggest detraction. I've never heard of that. I know this game is adapted from a series of like choose your own adventure books. But interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to go back to this witch because we also got like a clue about her romance with, I don't know, some elf back in the day. So maybe she'll like give us some shit because we reminded her that she fucked an elf at one point. Something goofy like that. Let me just zen on over the lake as well so we don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Consulting the stars, you bind the magic, and the medallion begins to glow as you gently rise into the air. But you're not floating high enough to clear the tangled bushes. We're leaving. You float without incident across the surface of the pool. Your weight gently returns to you, and you settle gradually back down to the air on the other side. A gentle breeze stirs the waters of the pool. I'm going to fill the gourd with water. Then I'm going to march back up. You walk on between the trees. Night falls. You should find somewhere safe to sleep. You pause. Suddenly, a heavy, dark shadow lies across the path. A rock, perhaps, or a gap in the ground, or a tail. Just go around it. Don't care. All right. You follow what might be a path on what might be an old river through the trees of the forest. The stars are flooding the sky. You are close to the empty hut once more. You look about for where to go. All right. We sleep in the hut. All right. You push your way inside the ancient, overgrown hut. There's no sign of the girl you met here earlier. Sleep. Okay. There's nothing more to be done here. You leave the hut behind. Things flutter in the branches all around. The air moves a little, still icy, but fresh. You emerge into the clearing once more. From somewhere nearby, you hear a tapping noise, but then it's gone. Okay. I'm going to climb the hill. You hop on top of Fenestra's hill for a view across the trees. To the south, fragments of stone masonry rise high into the leaves. Fragments of an ancient bridge. Tracks lead both ways into the forest. All right. I don't think Fenestra wants to talk. This is so sad. Okay. We went up here for nothing, I think. Well, that was a colossal waste of time. All right. You walk on through the trees. The sun is hot now. You return to the site of the fallen tree. It provides something of a clearing in the trees. We're moving on. All right. We're teleporting back. Is there anything else I want to do while I'm here? The only other thing I could think is maybe teleporting back down and seeing what's going on down there. That's about it, though. Hold on, let me show exactly what I mean. Yeah, like back down here to the Cladaban steps and shit. Because we did run into the air serpent over there, right? But also we have a clue that the air serpent's supposed to be the ferryman. But I have no clue right now what exactly I need to do. So we're going back here and we're going to try to run into the air serpent again. Because we still have like 4 serpents to go. And we've just been wasting time, really, like going back and forth, doing literally nothing. We already got... Oh, man. We have a few more serpents to go. I think we have 4. Like, dead ass. We're pretty far behind. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I forgot that it's filled with rubble. We should be able to zip down. What? Why am I on top of a fucking mountain? You reappear hip deep in snow, surrounded by an icy wind that knocks you flat. There's no ground on any side, just endless snow and a sickening drop. I'm gonna look in the snow. Something gleams from the snowdrift, and you dig a little to uncover what it is. Finding, to your surprise, a rope ladder which you put in your pack. It must have been dropped here by the last unfortunate adventurer that cast the spell that brought you here. Yo, let's find a way down. You look for a way down, anything that might serve as a starting path, but there is nothing. Snow covers everything until it disappears over the edge. The icy wind bites your skin. You're starting to weaken. You look to the heavens for a spell, but find nothing. The cold is seeping into the bones. You will not survive here for long. Help! You cry for help out to the wastes and snow for help, but nothing comes. Who could possibly hear you out here? You're shivering badly. All right. You close your eyes and raise a prayer to the gorilla. Nothing seems to happen. Are you above the domain of the gods themselves? Must start walking. There's no chance but to start walking. You begin to pick up your way across the mountaintop towards a channel. But after a few minutes of picking your way through the drifts, the ground drops. The next stone ledge is a tree's height below you. You stop. The icy wind gnaws deeper into you. All right, I'm going to use the rope ladder. You tie the rope ladder to a spur and toss it over the edge. Then you clamber down. A short way off the mountaintop, but only a mere fraction of the distance to the ground. You land on scree, slip and slide until you are lower still. The rope ladder disappears from your reach. The cold is finding its way under your clothing. A gust of wind catches your tunic as you stand near an edge, and suddenly you've gone over, falling down the mountainside, your cloak billowing out around you. The fall will take several minutes if you do not strike the mountainside. You cannot hope to survive it. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we're on the other edge of the lake, which is good. You drop a little, then rise a little, wind gathering under your cloak. I ain't gonna ball up. That's a terrible idea. I'm gonna stretch out my arms. You stretch out your arms, corners of your cloak gripped in either fist. You begin to glide down the slope. Let's go, dude. Okay. You soar like an eagle over the slope, swooping forwards as you descend. From here, the whole lake of Ilklala spreads out before you like a bowl of boiling broth. Islands. Islands like bread lumps float here and there, and on one you see the curled shape of a serpent. You're reaching the bottom of your swoop towards the water. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'm losing his... Wait, hold on. Surely I can just... Nom nom nom. Mid-air. I can. Oh my god. Eat another one. Okay. Just mid-air, I'm taking a snack. All right. Uh-oh. You land with a splash, but you are alive. Of course, all of your water damageable possessions have been ruined, including the Backlands diary you bought from Ulu the trader. However, thankfully, the pages of your spellbook are protected. All of your soft food has been ruined. Okay. Whatever. After the shock of your fall, the buoyancy of the water is almost surreal, and it takes a moment to find your way to a swimming stroke. But the icy cold of the water helps to spur you into movement. You will have to find your way to land. Okay. You fall into a steady stroke through the water. After so long of walking, it's almost a pleasant change to swim. Darkness closes in. You need a rest. The water is, in fact, remarkably buoyant. which makes staying afloat easier than you might have expected. But the same buoyancy makes moving through the water hard work. You have swum within reach of the bay of the low island. You will need to go ashore and recover. You haul yourself gratefully up onto the shoreline. The moon sets and more stars appear. There's no way to cross the water in the dark, and exploring inland would be unwise. You will have to rest here. Laying your pack down on the shore, you try to settle despite having the shivering cold of your still wet clothing. At least you've eaten already. All right, let's just sleep. You close your eyes and let the tiredness overtake you. The long night is restless with visions. Once more, you are falling into a pit of burning rocks. But every time you land, it is only for more stones to melt, and you tumble further down. Through it all, you feel the heat of Analanda burning, should you fail your quest. Once again, or Emmy once again narrowly avoiding death, never punished. We're always winning. We're always winning. We've spent like a month in the Backlands. This is terrible. The sun rises above the waters of the lake. The island is a pile of rocks, as though dumped from a giant's bucket. Let's explore, dude. You leave the shore and head inland. You head away from the shoreline and up the rocky slope of the island. Low shrubs grow from the cracks between large stones. The wind drops. Even the water below seems to stand still. This island is quiet, deathly quiet, as though nothing here was alive at all. Let's look around. You creep a little up a stony embankment and try to peer at what is ahead. You can make out a bowl-shaped depression in the ground, some type of pit. At its base lies something, a coiled shadow, but you cannot make out what it is without going closer. You return to the path, thoroughly alarmed. You continue climbing up the strange, dead slope. The path turns, then descends into a bowl-shaped pit. Into the pit! You're at the crest of the edge of the rocky pit, and look down. The coiled shape you saw earlier is still there, curled up, apparently asleep. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's creep up on the hoe. You creep down the side of the pit, testing each step so as to not dislodge any small stones that might give away your presence. But as you put your foot down, you find there is no rock beneath you, only a gap in the land, and you're up in the air. How has that happened? A moment later, you land in the foot of the pit. The dark shape uncoils, turning its vast jaws towards you with what is clearly a smile. Stay still. Uh-oh. You stay absolutely still, hoping it has not seen you. I am death, the serpent says, speaking with a grandiose slowness. I devour all, destroy all. Nothing can withstand me. I end all. I shall end you. I have already done it. Welcome to your death. I know who you are. You are one of the 7 serpents of Mampang. And which, pray, am I? Replies the creature. Lenguidinly. That's a word I've never seen. Okay. Then again, I read like Dr. Seuss, and that's it. I'm an exclusive Dr. Seuss reader. All right. He's the serpent of time. He's being like, oh yeah, no, I kill everything. You are the serpent of time. The serpent nods. So I am. So I am. And all times are as one to me. The serpent turns about and seems to yawn. I gotta try to cast something. You begin to cast a spell, spreading your arms wide, but of course you only have one. What? You begin to cast your spell, spreading your arms wide, but of course you only have one arm? The other was lost in your climb up the hill. Don't you remember? The serpent's tongue seems to flicker, and a moment later you're clutching a deep wound in your side that you sustained 3 hours earlier out on the lake. It's still bleeding. You raise your sword to confront the beast, but your hand is empty. You have no sword, of course. How could you have forgotten you lost it in the storm on the lake, just as you lost everything? The serpent seems almost to chuckle. All endings much have a moment in which they end, he remarks. This is yours. No, that was yours. You move to attack with your fists alone, but somehow you cannot. Don't you remember? You died yesterday. You were eaten while you slept. The serpent rolls over and returns to sleep. What was my fate? You died before you met the time serpent. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, wait, hold on. You crest the stony rise with a curious sense of déjà vu. You look down into the pit in which a coiled serpent lies. It opens one eye as you approach. You again, the serpent murmurs. One death wasn't enough for you. You want to have another? I will make it different this time. We have never met. I'm just like gaslighting this serpent. I'm gaslighting this deity with control over time and space. Nah, never seen you before. Fuck off. Oh, but we have, the serpent replies. You came off the worse for it, as I recall, but you will see what I mean by that soon enough. Or recently enough, perhaps. You begin to cast a spell, but suddenly you have no arms at all. Of course, both were bitten away when you first entered the lake before you washed up on this lonely shore. The serpent's tongue seems to flicker, and a moment later you are clutching a deep wound on your side that you sustained 3 hours earlier out on the lake. It's still bleeding. Run for it! You step, but the serpent has made good on its promise. You are dead before you can act. What was my fate? You died before you met the time serpent. Okay. Okay. You crest the rocky rise and descend into the pit of the sleeping serpent. It barely seems to turn over in its sleep, and you are lost. What is my fate? I died before I met the time serpent. You make your way across the edge of the pit, but the pit does not exist. You are clambering into a lava pit which burns you alive. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I hate this meta shit, man. You approach the serpent again. It yawns. How many times do you wish to die? How many ways? With that, you find that you were born without a heart and never lived. Yeah, what was my fate? It would appear that I've died before the time serpent, or before I even met the time serpent. Okay. Try another one. You approach the serpent again. Okay. Is it going to keep giving me the same? I'm curious to see if it'll actually give me anything different. Okay, no. So I think I have to go back to an island. Okay. Let's cast a spell. Let's just suss it. Reaching up to the constellations above, you create a spell and a calm voice enters your mind. The voice warns you that the island is occupied by a most dangerous creature with the capacity to destroy time itself. The spell fades. Let's keep climbing. You continue climbing up the strange dead slope. The path turns, then descends into a bowl-shaped pit. Fuck. Alright. You approach the serpent again. It yawns. How many times do you wish to die? How many ways? Okay. Turn back. Alright. You return to the shore of the lake. In the distant water, you see a fleet of fishermen row past and catch a moment of their singing. Jump into the water. You steel your courage against a long swim and plunge into the water. All right. You swim on through the water. It's exhausting work. The air stirs a little. Still cold, but fresh. A shoal of brightly colored fish pass by just below the surface. One nips at your fingers with tiny teeth. You splash the water. The shoal turns about in a flash and is gone. You swim quickly before they can return. Okay. You try to sustain a regular stroke as you swim. The sun continues to climb the steep sky. You pause for a moment, treading water and catching your breath. The size of the lake is beginning to dawn on you. Just keep swimming. Thinking about it, it can do no good. Or thinking about it can do no good. You set your mind to swimming. Okay, near the statues. Swimming like this is hard work. The sun has reached its lowest point. Out of the shade, the air is baking hot. You've reached the southern shore of the lake. A magnificent stone harbor is set between two towering statues of sorceresses who reach to the sky as though to pluck down the constellations directly. The Salmon Road! You could clamber ashore, and the road to High Salmon begins from the harbor. You've survived the backlands, but you've not defeated enough of the 7 serpents. You could race on or turn back and try to bring down your remaining foes. Okay, let's get to here. Let's get to here. You swim onwards across the surface of the lake. It is hard going. The afternoon is drawing on. Everything around you is wonderfully calm and still. For a moment, you can believe that you are the only thing living in this world. You've swum into sight of a small island, but the shoreline is too rocky and too rough to swim ashore. You will have to keep going. You keep a steady pace as you make your way through the water. The sun is sinking. Soon it will be dark. You rest, lifting your face from the water. The water falls strangely calm. Swimming becomes easier, and you cut through the water. You'll be across this lake in no time. You notice a thin stream of bubbles off to your left. Avoid them. You change direction and swim away from the rising bubbles. Just take a peek. Uh-oh. You pause to look over your shoulder, but that delay is enough for the stream of bubbles to catch up to you. Breaking through the surface of the water is a long, thin shape. It rises in a coil, then unfolds to dripping, leathery wings. You half smile with pleasure at the encounter. It is the water serpent. Hold on. Okay. And now, oh, yeah, no, I'm fucked. I feel like the water serpent... Hold on. Let me take a look at the water serpent. Is the music too loud? I think the audio mixing in this game is fucked because I can't change any of the audio, so I have to just like lower the game volume, which gets rid of a lot of the like subtle ambient sounds. But the music is far too much at some points. Oh, I'm chill? Okay, let me turn it back up to like 40 then. Okay. Right. The Cloudman gave you a clue. Oh, you can't hear the game audio? Okay. So like right now it's silent, right? The only thing that there is like slight like waves. But with Sorcery, like you have this subtle like ambient audio, and then whenever you click to like cast a spell or something, there's like this swelling of music and it's far too loud. Like my first few streams had it and it was just like deafening basically. So I've had to keep it at like 40%, like all my game audio. Which again, pretty sad, but it is what it is, I suppose. Right, the Cloudman gave you a clue about fire. There's a second clue. Pointing at the water in a tea mug, then reaching for dripping fat of their roasting pig. Right, that's the oil clue. I think I have a flask of oil. Do I have oil? Where's the oil? I was given oil. I'm like 90%. Wait. Flask of oil, yes. Okay, yes, I have a Snatticat's tooth. Poison. Snakebite antidote. Okay, a flask of oil and some yellow feathers for whatever reason. Okay. Just like SSS. I have the oil, but I'm gonna interrogate this man. Holding up the serpent ring, you cast the spell. The serpent throbs, and glows, struggling against the force of the magic. Foolish adventurer, it cries. I will be your death. Sure you will, buddy. I can literally rewind time whenever I want to, Lamau. What advice? Just asking the man for advice, like, water serpent, how do I pick up women? Right. I want to know about the sham. Where can I find the sham? The one they call sham is Dintinyadna, or Dintainta of the steppes. She usually travels disguised as a gnome. Fair enough, man. I would too. What advice can you give me? The serpent of water writhes and shakes. Not wanting to answer your question, but finally spits back, do not eat from the larder of Throg should you meet him. All right. The water serpent whips its tail and thrashes. Enough of this. The spell has worn off. The water serpent is now free from the water and hovers, a massive shape against the dark sky. It stretches its wide jaws. This is where the oil comes in. I am throwing the flask of oil into its mouth. Let's fucking go! You toss the flask of oil into the creature's mouth and watch in amazement as it takes effect. In mere moments, the serpent breaks into splashes of water which rain down across the surface of the lake. Water falls quiet once more. You've now defeated 4 of the 7 serpents. You've dealt with more than half of the deadly serpents. Let's go. Alright, clues. Wait, let me go to clues. Yeah. The sham. Right, travels disguised as a gnome. Larder of Throg. Don't eat from it. Okay. We could try to go between the islands, right here. Swimming like this is very tiring. Tiring. The sun has almost set, and the sky has turned a deep purple. Alright, onto the lake. Oh, baby. You swim on through the water. It's tiring work. Another night begins. You should try to find a place to sleep, especially after so long swimming on an empty belly. You stop briefly, holding up your head and catching your breath. You pause for a moment. Several yards ahead, the water is bubbling upwards. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Swim around. You turn and detour around the bubbling water. Halfway, you pause to look back, but the bubbles have gone. Keep going. You keep swimming, only to notice the bubbles have moved and are now spitting up directly in front of you. Closer in, you start to notice that each bubble breaks the surface. There's a sticky smell. Inhale. Uh-oh. Look down into the water. You hold your breath and put your face into the water to peer through the murk. Somewhere far below, something shadowly is moving slowly by. The bubbles rise from a hole in its back. The shadow passes and is gone. Wait a little longer. You wait a little longer, but nothing changes. It seems whatever was here has truly moved on. Can I not, like, just fuck off to this island? Is that not an option? Sounds like flammable gas. Yeah, you'd think it's just like swamp bubblings, but I don't know, man. Ooh, you try to maintain a rhythm as you swim. More stars come out. Looking up, you sense a suitable formation of the stars above you. Oh, baby, let's see. We could probably do, like... Oh, yeah, we could just float, Lamau. Let's go. Reaching up to the constellations above, you create a spell and the medallion begins to glow as you gently rise into the air. Out of the waves, you can rest a little, as well as move yourself much more quickly around. Alright. Middle of the lake. Neat. You float across the surface of the lake. Your weight returns to you and you gradually settle back down to the ground. The stars turn in the sky overhead. You pause for a moment, wiping your eyes. Splashing, you accidentally swallow a mouthful of lake water, and you begin to feel yourself gagging. Spit it out. You spit it out, and a thick leech the size of your thumb goes flying into the water as well. Oh. You splash and swim frantically away from the leech before it can find its way to you. Okay, near the island. I gotta pray for healing. Alright. Swimming like this is hard work. The dead of the night is still and cold. A small fleet of fishing boats passes within earshots of where you are swimming, although they don't seem to notice you. Shout. Hey, come help me, Let me cast a spell. Swim up! Uh-oh. You attempt to cast a spell, but you need both arms to cast. As soon as you stop swimming, you begin to sink downwards. You kick hard, fighting your way up through the water, but it's thick and heavy. It's like trying to force your way against a great wind. Keep kicking! Did I just drown? Oh my fucking god. Okay. Okay. Cast a spell. That's fine. Keep casting. Alright. We're gonna have to do something silly. Float in air. We could do fall, but we could also do nothing. We can't use that at all. If we zap, we're gonna kill ourselves. We could zip, which is just the teleport spell. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Metal around your finger begins to glow and to glitter, and suddenly you are torn through the very air. A moment later, you look around and find yourself sitting on the prow of a fishing boat. Well then, one of the fishermen remarks, a sorcerer, a bedraggled one at that. You've come within reach of a rocky island. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Let's go ashore here. You point to the passing shore. Drop me there. The fishermen seem willing to get rid of you and pull into an island. You splash through the shallows and the fishermen row away. The sky is beginning to warm in the east. It is night. You would do well to sleep here. Unstrapping your pack on the shore of the lake, you try to stretch out despite the shivering cold of your still wet clothing. You've not eaten today. Consume. You eat the joint of roasted meat and feel much better for it. Then you lie back and try to forget your troubles. What is left of the night is filled with vivid dreams. You are swimming through icy, endless water, but every stroke is only stretching the world beneath you, making it longer, while the cold is moving up through your veins. Mocking laughter seems to ring in your ears. All right, we've defeated the water serpent. There are 3 still out there. Okay. The sun rises above the waters of the lake. The island is thickly wooded, but all of the trees have died. The whole forest is gray and desolate. It seems someone has left a boat here. It's put up neatly on the shore with oars stowed. Let's explore inland. You move away from the shore into a tree cover of the island. You head away from the shore into the trees. You walk up the path from the shore into a small clearing in a dead forest. At the center is something that used to be a hut, but is now just 3 rickety walls and part of a roof. Look inside. Inside, an old woman is hunched over a table scattered with vials, broken jars, and plants you don't recognize. She's mixing some kind of bright green paste, so absorbed in her work that she doesn't notice you. Greetings, wise woman. Apologies for my intrusions. She squints at you, sucking on her few teeth with a wet pop. Who are you? Just a traveler. Well, why bother traveling out here? Nothing much to see, I should think, besides ingredients. Ingredients? For my potions. she says, waving over her shoulder at the shelf groaning with concoctions and jars. These islands are brimming with herbs and dirt clumps I've never seen before. They probably all have 100 uses. After so long in these cruel wilds, this woman makes for unexpectedly pleasant company. What do your potions do? I can never be sure, she replies with a shrug. I experiment. I push the boundaries of the healing arts. I've created several new recipes that you won't find anywhere else. You must be in great demand then. You might think so. I'm misunderstood. Oh my god, she's on her middle schooler arc. She grumbles and grinds her teeth. See, I studied at the fortress, no less. They were so impressed with me, they suggested some independent study. So that's what I've been doing alone for, 47 years. What's your name? You know, that is an excellent question. She cocks her head. But aren't you curious? Here, let me try something on you. A pick-me-up, strong enough to get you through the lake, even up the mountains. What do you say? She's gonna give me fucking crack. That's what she's gonna give me. What is in this? Methamphetamine? You ask. You'll never understand me, Mom. I'm going to be a potion seller. Oh my god. It's a very powerful healing potion. You won't find this in some market. Oh no. I'm doing experiments that are so experimental, I don't even know what I've put in it. But there's some old scalp, flattened goblin hair, and a bit of unicorn meat, but that's mostly for flavor. What else do you use in your potions? Oh yes, anything I can get my hands on. You'll never know what the effects they might have. Others might be content with knowing what a potion will do in advance, but how are we supposed to advance like that? Are those purple leaves important? She smacks her forehead. You know, I completely forgot to add those. Or did I not forget to add them? I distinctly recall one of those two being important. Before you even have the chance to say anything, she tosses a few into the mixture. Better safe than sorry. That's the herbalist's creed. She wipes her hands on the already filthy sack she's wearing. Now that we've got that sorted out, how about a taste? She holds the concoction inches away from your face and smiles. It smells vile. Well, we can't be rude. The potion slinks down your throat. Then you immediately fall unconscious and begin to dream. The world seems to disappear, replaced with a vision. A ring of tall, shadowy stones in a desolate waste. You stand in their center, holding above your head a long yellow feather taken from some colossal bird. You're casting a spell of curious power. Drop the feather. Oh god, oh god, oh god. No, I had yellow feathers. What? As the spell binds, you panic and release the feather. Slowly it flutters to the ground. But as it does, so the spell of this strange place takes hold. The feather erupts into a vivid flame, and you shield your eye as the vision fades. A few clouds unfurl, or furl and unfurl in the sky. You open your eyes to see the healer standing over you. She admits that adding the purple leaves wasn't a good idea. She assures you that you're not dead, just nearly. Okay. But look on the bright side, she says, as you sit up. I've discovered a very powerful new poison. I need to find a few more of those leaves. Don't touch anything while I'm gone. With that, she picks up a ratty sack and disappears into the woods. Quaff a random potion. Fuck it, we ball. You grab a potion off the shelf, and this time a thin pink one. You weigh the options carefully and decide to risk a drink. What is my fate? Your legs begin twitching and wobbling violently. Every step is a frenzy of bending knees and feet moving in random directions. You spend a few minutes in the nearby forest bashing into trees and kicking underbrush until you gain control of your legs again. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I want to see if she'll actually just give me meth. Like, if I say nothing about the, if I say nothing about, like, adding things, I wonder what it'll actually do. I'm just making sure I'm, like, hitting the same, like, series of questions. Okay. Perhaps I have something you should use. She shrugs and you open your pack. She claws through it like a rat. Not much in here, hmm? You need to pick things up more often. I pick up everything I see. Very good, isn't it? You have a real appreciation for the healing arts. Maybe you should become my apprentice. We'd have to find a place for a new bed, but we'll sort that out later. Because your first job is tasting this. She wipes her hands on the already filthy sack. All right, smells vile. So it really does want me to use the purple leaves, yeah, which is bizarre, but you know, whatever. I don't want to lose 5 stamina. I'm gonna drink it. Oh. Okay, it just gives me wobbly leg syndrome. Okay. I mean, fair enough. I'm just gonna take the boat. You return to the shore of the lake. The little boat is still here. A flock of winged Meritons pass overhead, calling to each other in guttural voices and laughing. All right. Wibbly wobbly legs. Dude. She literally, like, gave me, like, cracker something. And then just let me go vibe in the wilderness. Okay. You push the boat out onto the waters of the lake and hop aboard. The craft looks well built and freshly oiled. You should make excellent time. All right, let's go to the other one. You row the boat onwards across the water. The sky is blue and pink. You pull on the oars, sliding forwards through the water. You row the boat onwards across the water. A few clouds furl and unfurl in the sky. Every stroke is hard through the strange, thick water. You row the boat onwards across the water. As morning moves on, the wind begins to rise. The oars draw whirls and ripples in the surface of the lake with every stroke. You have come within reach of the north shore. All right. You row onwards across the water. The sun climbs towards its zenith, and the winds pick up. You heave on the oars, gliding onwards. The motion is calm and relaxing, but you seem to move no faster than a crawl, however hard you work. The sunlight on the water is all but blinding. Oh. All right. You row the boat onwards across the water. It's hot now. You're starting to sweat under your pack. Every pull on the oars is tiring. You've come in sight of a low island. Let's go ashore. You row the boat onwards across the water, then pull it up on the shore. The mid-afternoon heat fills the region. Getting out of the boat. She roofied me? I mean, she roofied me the first time, but the second time she gave me a silly potion. The island is rocky and barren. In the center is a rise of land from which a tree grows. In the shallows stands a tall pole from which hangs a bell. Pulled up in the shallows is your rowboat. Ooh, let's look at the bell. The bell is set with a silver clapper attached to a rope. The winds shift a moment, bringing with it a terrible stench, and the smell is gone. I'm going to explore inland. You clamber up the rocks into the middle of the small island. You circle the shoreline of the island to the north as you climb your way up the rising stones. The stones are bare and gray. The island appears to be desolate. Let's just cast Sus. Just to check. Okay. We can cause depression, but we can't, like, just, you know, check what's going on. We'll do how. You cast the spell and a calm voice enters your mind. The voice informs you that the island holds no secrets, but it is as it appears to be. A barren rock. I'm going to look under the rocks. You peer underneath one of the rock piles, but can make nothing out but rocks and shadowy dark. There may be snakes down there, but not gigantic winged serpents. Across the water, or exploring across the rocks, you come across a rough staircase of stones. It curves around and upwards into the heart of the island. Dude, the cause depression spell goes hard, trust. Back in Care, I did it to a man who was fighting. So I could, like, so the person I bet on would win. 120 gold pieces that day. I'm kind of like an entrepreneurial, like, genius. Because if you can, as a sorcerer, cast depression on a person, you just win every business, like, negotiation or agreement or situation. It's kind of like the best spell. Now, we have apothecaries in, like, the modern world, right? Who will claim that they can counteract the cause depression spell. But trust me, they can't. Bro, where are all my wizard homies in the chat? Sorry, not wizard, sorcerer. We don't like wizards here. Sorcerers are much better. Wizards just study. They're literally fucking nerds. Sorcerers, see, we have real power. Comes from our bloodline. All right. Anyway, sorcerer maxing to the side. Let's go up these stairs. You begin to climb the stone staircase. It's unclear if it's natural or designed. The top. All right. You clamber up and over the edge of the stony pit. There's a single, bare tree at the pit's heart. But tied to the tree, head slumped forward, is a sight master. His eyes are shut, but he calls out, "Stay away, stay away." What is the danger? You call out from the edge of the clearing, not quite daring to approach. The sightmaster sobs in reply, his eyes firmly shut. "Please, just stay away. Leave me. Leave me." "Tell me more so I can defend myself," you demand. The sightmaster stops short in his crying and tilts his head. "Is that you?" he breathes. "Annalander, is that you?" You recognize his voice, of course. This is none other than the sergeant at arms from Annaland, who's spied the path ahead for you when you crossed the wall. He has none of his magnificent strength about him now. "It is I." The sightmaster shakes his horned helmet in despair. "You should not have come. he insists. I tried to shout. I hoped you would turn back if you heard me. What is the danger? The Sightmaster body racks with a sudden pain. Annalander, how I long to look upon your face. It would be a great comfort to me. How long have you been out here? I was captured by birdmen a week ago. They flew me to this point, tied me up, and left me. But that is not all they did. He begins to sob once more. Did the Archmage do this to you? He is mad, Annalander. They say he's more terrified of you than anything. He only wishes to see you killed. He does not care how. Even those that follow him are afraid of him now. That's why he's taken the crown. He has taken the crown to rule the land. He wishes power. You're wrong, gasps the Sightmaster. He is far more dangerous than that. He believes himself threatened. He wants the crown to keep him safe. What happened to you? The Sightmaster shakes his head pitifully. His eyes, as you notice, are still firmly closed. The worst thing that can be done to such as I. He murmurs, oh, they fucking took his eyes. Oh shit. The Sightmaster gasps suddenly. Please, he gasps. You must leave me. I cannot stay like this much longer. I must look. I must. My eyes are on fire. Not to look. It's like not breathing. I'm going to cut your bonds. The Sightmaster nods. Do so, but do so quickly, then run. I've kept my eyes shut for 7 days. You cannot imagine the pain of it. I cannot keep them closed for much longer. What happens if you open them? Perhaps you know of the red eyes of care, he answers. If I open these lids, what is behind them will burn everything they see. His voice turns to darkness. But I am a Sightmaster, he continues. You hurry. Oh shit. You hurry over to the man and slice the bonds that hold him against the tree. The Archmage knew you would come this way, he breathes. He knew you would search the islands on your journey. He means to kill you. Run. Thank you for all that you've gave me in my training, you tell him, firmly. You clasp his shoulder once, then turn and scramble away down the stony gully. The Sightmaster's gasping breath echoes after you. You head back to the shore. Run! You return to the shore of the lake. The pole with the bell seems to have vanished, and someone must have taken the boat because it's gone. Hello. The Sightman's desperate whimpering is carried to you for just a moment on the breeze. You race down to the shallows and begin to swim. You swim on the surface of the lake. It's hard going. The sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. From the island at your back, there's a sudden violent scream. You look up to see a flash of flame rising into the sky. The Sightmaster. It would seem the Sightmaster chose to look down when he opened his eyes. As you rest, treading water and catching your breath, a dark shadow passes across the water. Look up. Looking up, you see a large winged form passing across the bright sky. It flies fast and high. A serpent. You steel your courage. Is this one of the serpents you were warned would be out here on the lake? But no. This creature does not have a long, twisting tail of a snake. The creature circles back above your position. It has seen you. A birdman. Of course, it's a birdman from the peaks of High Zaman, beating his way across the water. In its arms, you make out something else. It seems the birdman is carrying something. No. Someone. Uh-oh. What is it? You stop and stare upwards, trying to make out the figure against the shadowy creature and the bright sky beyond it. But you can see nothing but that it is human in shape. With what looks like two long horns rising from its head, it seems limp, perhaps even dead. The birdman swoops low, heading towards an eastern island. You wait, and after a few long minutes, the creature rises into the sky once more. It's now empty-handed. It flaps away east. Okay, so I'm kind of curious. Oh, I do not have a lot. Pray for healing. Okay. Ripped the Sightmaster, man. You keep a steady stroke as you make your way across the lake's surface. Clouds rumble as they roar across the darkening sky. It'll be dark soon. The mists over the water part a little, and you see the prow of a boat drifting towards you, it being pushed by a hunched, cowled figure. Wave! Rest in pepperoni, I know, right? I don't like the look of this man. The boat drifts ever closer until you can see the creature at the prow. A broad-shouldered, squat man dressed in leathers and furs. Then a stroke of luck. You need a hand, he calls out to you. It is the ferryman. I do. You guessed it, he declares. Then he lowers his pole carefully with both hands into the water. Grab on, I'll haul you up. All right. You grab on as instructed, and he hauls you dripping into the boat. You must be freezing half to death, he declares. Let's get you somewhere better than this, shan't we? He hops up on the prow and smiles with crooked teeth. I want to go to the island. The boat slides away from the shore, but somewhere along the way, you pass out of the light of the distant beacon, and the ferryman's grumbled talk seems to waver and disappear. So does the boat itself. Oh my fucking... You make a grab for the edge of the boat, but your hand goes straight through the gunwale and into the water. A moment later, you're splashing into the cold waters of the lake. Away from the shore, there is no choice but to start swimming. Oh, man. Okay. How do we defeat the time serpent? Because we know the ferryman is the air serpent, right? That's obvious. What if we go back here? Oh, I don't like this. Swimming like this is very tiring. Night falls. All you need to do is rest, especially after a day of traveling without eating. A short distance away, another commotion from the water appears, but this one is unavoidable. Leaping up from the water is a small school of flying fish that are springing into the air, flying towards you. I do not like those teeth. Let me just... I'm gonna fucking kill myself if I use Zap. I can't do that. What does Nip do? Oh. Don't have a gold-backed mirror. Wait, Raz. No, okay, we can't do much, can we? No. Fuck it, fireball, bro. Oh, that actually kind of worked. Looking to the stars, you craft the magic, creating a ball of flame between your hands. Then you toss the fireball into the middle of the shoal, where it explodes. About half the fish incinerate into dust on the water, but the rest keep coming, tearing at your flesh. You will have to fight them. Full send. Uh-oh. The fish explode from the water in a fountain of teeth and fins and spray. You wield your sword and an arc, hoping to slice several of the creatures in one stroke, but the flying fish, for all their splayed fins, are clearly cautious. They dive deep into the water, fins disappearing in a fountain of bubbles. The fish dart and flicker in the water, clearly in an agitated state now. You take a deep breath and duck down under the water. The fish snap and bite, but none reach you. The shoal winds its way back, then turns to face you. Full send. Uh-oh. That's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Send. There's no purchase in the water, so you cannot put any weight behind your sword stroke other than what you have in your arms. Still, you swing, chopping at the monstrous school. It is like trying to fight water. The blade parts the shoal, and only a few fish fall into the water. As one, the school turns and descends into the water. Defend. Warily, you move yourself away. The flying fish sink low. The fish are just visible, darting this way and that under the lake's surface. Defend. You stay back in the water, hoping to keep clear of the fish's teeth. The flying fish snap at the water, but do not attack. You circle warily around the school. You are not a shade too cautious. The fish leap from the water, arcing up to destroy you, but they splash back down before they can reach you. The fish disappear a moment later. Alright, I can just do... I'm just going to full send this last one. Oh, thank God. Alright. Kicking yourself forward, you swing the sword into the heart of the shoal. The last of the fish disappears into the water. It does not re-emerge. It has died or fled. Either way, you should not linger. Okay. Well, we'll take a few fish. We'll take a fish or two. What can I say? Let me see if I can pray to the gorilla. I can try to meditate. I can drink a blimberry put. Let me try to meditate. You try to close your eyes and meditate to heal yourself, but the concentration required is impossible while trying to keep yourself afloat. I'm gonna drink a blimberry. You unstopper a vial of blimberry potion and gulp a mouthful. You feel a little better, and all traces of hunger are soon gone. Alright. Middle of the lake, then. You try to sustain a regular pace as you swim. The night air is freezing cold. Your breath freezes on your lips. You pause for a moment, holding up your head and catching your breath. Alright, near the island, please. Oh, I died. Lamau. Okay. Okay. We're going to go back to here. All right. Right, the boat slides away from the shore. The sun is all gone. Soon it will be dark. The boat drips. The ferryman stands at the prow, scanning the water. Are you going to the ancient road? All the way to High Zaman? The ancient road used to be a thriving settlement, this. One of the most powerful cities in the world. Before the curse, of course. The curse? You've walked the wilds, I'd say. You've seen it. Nothing stays real for long round here. Things don't happen in the right order. Unstuck the whole place. Glancing down, the oars are resting in the boat. And then at you. He shrugs his wide, heavy shoulders. Plenty of places to see on Lake Ilklala, he muses, and a few below. He hefts his pole and stares off into the distance. Okay. Oh, okay. I see how this works. So if I move, and like that little, or what am I trying to say? If I move and that like effect is like in the past, then I will be in the past. I think I'd mentioned this last stream at some point. But yeah. The ferryman pulls the boat outwards across the water. Night falls. You need to rest, especially after traveling all day without eating. It seems you've reached a part of the lake that is too deep for the pole. The ferryman points sharply at you. Take the oars, fool. Start rowing. Somehow in this man, his manner seems to have changed quite suddenly. His tone is altogether more aggressive. I mean, okay, I'll row the fucking boat, but like, don't be a dick, dude. You shrug and take the oars. The water is thick and heavy. Every stroke is tiring work. The ferryman is silent, watching you struggle forwards through the water. All right, near the island. You continue scullying the boat, while the ferryman steers with the pole. But somewhere along the way, you pass the light of a distant beacon, and the ferryman's grumbling talk seems to waver and disappear, as so does the boat itself. Jump. Swim. Bruh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god, dude. I might have to, like, go all the way back. Hold on. Okay. Whatever, near the island. Alright. On the lake. Alright. Near the statues. Maybe in the past there's a boat nearby. Alright. On the shore, you have successfully crossed the waste of the Kakhabad. The road to High Zaman winds southeast from here, but some of the Archmage's serpents remain. If they reach High Zaman before you, and your mission will be discovered, and the guards of Mampang will be expecting you. Okay, the statues. You look at the towering statues on either side, a sorcerer to the left and a sorceress on the right. Each lifts a hand to the sky, reaching for the power of the stars, winding them, moving the constellations with their fingertips. The figures show might, power, and confidence. Magic, they say, is a force for betterment of all. Perhaps this was true. Once. Now, magic is just a thread that keeps you alive. And as more magic collects into the hands of the Archmage, it will spell death for all. Something glints between the statue's toes. The statue's toes hold a little secret. You look closer. Set in a wedge between the fourth and fifth toe of the left statue is a small blue crystal. Oh, baby. Here we go. You touch the blue crystal and seem to move up off the ground. Okay. Now we go back in time. Okay. Or Not back in time. Now we go back, start moving this shit so we can actually like so we can actually not like immediately just lose all of our shit. Emmy unable to avoid the foot fetish allegation. Okay, hey, hold on. I'll back up a little bit. I'm pogging for one thing and one thing only, okay? And that isn't toes, that isn't feet, that isn't anything like that. I am pogging about the fact that we can now teleport. That's it. That's it. All right. We've spent a month in the backlands. This is terrible. All right, we're adjusting the beam. Well, like, boom. Because surely if we point it like right there, then we're chilling, right? All right, touch the blue. Okay. Now if we teleport back here, everything should be chilling. And we might be able to, like, go talk to some things or something. I don't know. All right. You drop at a great speed, then before you step, somewhat dazed from the toes of the ruined statue. Okay. The statue still has the epic. That's good. That's good. All right. We're in a pretty dreadful place right now. Okay, the teleportation doesn't use feet, okay, man? It uses the blue crystals, all right? There's no feet involved. It just happens that one of these crystals is wedged between the 4th and 5th toe of the statue, okay? It's nothing suspect, all right? I don't even want to hear it, Murph. Bad thoughts, bad thoughts. You're getting chastised for that. Okay, let's go into the water. Let's see if we can find the ferryman again. Pray for healing. The gorilla will keep us safe. That's about it, though. Not the fucking flying fish again. Okay. Let's blast them. They're gone. Okay. All right, fish gone. I'm not gonna read it. Oh no, the bad thoughts. How dare they be indulged? Indeed. All right. How is the shoreline too rocky, man? How am I meant to get up here? Okay, between the islands. On the lake. On the lake. Oh my god. On the lake. Okay. The shore. Close my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna rest and recover. All right. I'm gonna ring the bell now, okay? Hopefully this summons the ferryman, because we know the ferryman is a fucking serpent, okay? We know he is. I'm not, like, going insane. He's a serpent. Hey, climb aboard. All right, get aboard the boat. You clamber onto the boat. The ferryman pushes you away from the shore. Let's go. The ferryman pushes the small coracle forwards through the lake. The sun has reached its highest point now. Out of the shade, the air is baking hot. It seems you have reached a part of the lake that is too deep for the pole. The ferryman points sharply at you and snaps, "Take the oars, fool, and start rowing." Somehow his manner seems to have changed quite suddenly. His tone is altogether more aggressive. All right, let's row the boat. You shrug and take the oars. The water is thick and heavy. Every stroke is tiring work. The ferryman is silent, watching you struggle forwards through the water. Okay. You continue scullying the boat while the ferryman steers with the pole. He beats down from a cloudless sky. Or heat beats down from a cloudless sky. From his place at the prow, the ferryman watches you thoughtfully. You been to Timpang? You from there? I've been there. Strange place, Timpang. The ferryman replies. Was destroyed a long time ago. Turned into a ruin. Completely abandoned. Long, long time ago. But people still come down the road, time and again, wanting ferrying from there. It's most of my trade. Where do they go, these people? Now that's a good question. And the strange thing is, all different places. Some are headed for the horns, trying to get across them since the bridge is gone. Others want the Zaman Road, but are meaning to turn south to the sea. Others still think the fortress will harbor them. There's a path across the horns? Might be. I don't know. None of them have ever come back either way. The ferryman tests the water with his pole, but it's still too deep. They must come from elsewhere. Nope. There is nowhere elsewhere north of here. Nothing but mountains. And there isn't a pass. The ferryman chuckles. Well, the ferryman replies with a twinkle in his eye. I can see you'll never be setting foot in Timpang again, anyhow. Excuse me? What do you mean? Alright, near the statues. You row onwards under the ferryman's guidance. The sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. Once more you are at the southern shore of the lake, but it's not how you saw it last. The stone harbor is a ruin. The crumbled shoreline throws rocks into the water, making it unsafe for approach. Either side is piled rocks that are 2 pairs of enormous stone feet, broken off above the ankle as though cut with a scythe. And that's where you're headed, the ferryman remarks. Then you'd better jump out and try to swim ashore. It'll hole my boat if I try to land. There's no way ashore here. Alright, near the island. You continue rowing while the ferryman turns his boat with his pole. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. It'll be night soon. You travel for a moment in silence, just pulling the oars. Tell me about the ancient road, you ask. The Acolyte Way, he replies. Time was, plenty of folks were crossing these waters on their way to High Zaman and the fortress, going to studying the stars. Not so much anymore. His expression is distant and glazed over. What do you know of the Archmage? You continue. There is no reply. He does not seem to have heard you. His face is static and unmoving. What have you seen? You demand, twisting in your seat. The ferryman's mouth falls open. A curious hissing sound emerges. Help him. You reach out to catch him. His body slumps sideways and a thick pile of smoke emerges from between his teeth. His body remains in place for a moment, then collapses like a limp sack, slithering into the bottom of the boat. Cast a spell. Okay, making a new Dwarf Fortress world right now, and just got the best line of Abridged Chronicles pre-game. Let's hear it, dude. Okay, what would be the Wind Serpent's weakness? Because I'm pretty sure that's who this is. Surely it's not going to be, like, the Gale Horn. Hold on. I'm going to look at the ferryman. You bend down towards the ferryman. Nothing remains but a pile of clothing. The swirling creature overhead becomes agitated and starts to flicker and waft in your face. Its gas is choking and noxious. There's a smell filling your nostrils. Bro, search the ferryman's clothing. Ignoring the smell of the creature in your nose, you rifle through the pile of tattered clothing, finding nothing but a shriveled piece of scaly flesh. A fish skin? Leave that, the creature declares, or I will kill you. Take it. Leave it, the creature screams. The choking cells gathering around you more strongly now. He seems to care about it a lot. What if we just... Gripping both ends of the snake skin, you snap it apart and a loud cry comes from the serpent and you look to see it separated into bits. Tear it again. Yo. Okay, you rip up the halves of the serpent, of the separate scales above you, and the serpent has disappeared, or has dispersed. Nothing remains but puffs of smoke which are scattered by the wind. They're soon all gone. The boat rocks twice, then falls still. Dude, let's go, man. Okay. All right. The rambunctious rope constructed nutsack. That's code for something, bro. Okay. That's code for something. But that is a fire, like, chronicle line. I'd screenshot it. That's funny as shit. Ugh. Okay, finally we can go ashore, by the way. Okay. You row the boat onwards across the water, then pull up to the shore. The sun is dropping down to the west. Soon it will be dark. Get out of the boat. The island is covered in dense tree cover. The top of the stone tower is just visible above the canopy. In the shallow water stands a bell. Your small boat bobs in the shallows. I'm gonna rest and recover. You adopt a meditative position and rest. Another night begins and you are exhausted. You need to rest, especially after going all day without food. You stand once more. Explore inland. You move away into the thick woods that cover the island. The path winds along the shoreline, skirting an area of dense trees, then it ducks below the canopy. You're surrounded by the calling of strange creatures. Insects and birds buzz past your face. From the shore, you saw a stone tower sticking up between trees that filled the island's heart, but now you cannot see the way forward, and the paths seem to twist and turn about. I'm going to use the old compass. Remembering the gnome's compass that you bought in care, you take it out and watch the needle as it settles into place. Eventually, it shows you a narrow track through the trees. A flock of nearby birds startle at something, lifting suddenly into the trees. Follow the narrow track. Trusting the compass, you follow the narrow track between the trees, and after a few minutes of walking, you come within sight of the base of the stone tower. It is heavily overgrown. The door to the tower stands open. Gnarled roots and vines have forced it open, and are now holding it ajar. The inside of the tower is dark and dank and filled with mud, as though it had been flooded and emptied several times. Stone stairs curve up to a hatch in the roof. You gasp as you notice the walls, which are covered floor to ceiling in intricate carvings. Suddenly, something lights up in one corner. A flame. The flame seems to hover a short way off the ground. As you watch, it swells in size from a single thumb to a fireball size of a small dish. Who's there? You demand into the pooled darkness behind the flame. The fire has gone out now to a full fireball of a clearly magical nature, and in its light you can see what is holding it. It is a rough wooden frame of sticks, shaped into the form of a woman with arms spread wide. Is it a grimalkin? It is a grimalkin, like those that you saw as an apprentice, a magical construction which gather magic the way a funnel gathers water. I'm going to wait and watch. A fireball, hot and fierce, shoots forward from the wooden frame towards you. Dodge left. You dodge left and the fireball punches past you, not aiming at the door, but instead splashing up the staircase that leads to the roof. The room is dark for a moment. Look at the grimalkin. In the pause between the fireballs and darkness, you can see a little of the grimalkin. The frame is built from old, half-rotten wood, beams that were once perhaps part of the roof. A single upright forms the body and head. Its two arms are angled outwards to collect starlight. It has clearly been positioned beneath the stars Hatit, Osiris, and Thara. Angled so the resulting fireball is directed at the staircase. A new fireball begins to form in the arms of the grimalkin. Wait. You wait a moment. The fireball spell is completed and splashes across the stones of the staircase. Okay. Fascinating. Sorry, I done goofed. What's it doing there, man? I'm gonna look up the stairs, actually. In the light from the grimalkin, you follow the line of the staircase with your eyes, and the top is a trap door sealed with a rusty bolt. If the bolt is stiff, it might take some time to coerce it opening. For a moment, the tower is dark. Let me just cast a spell, because now I'm curious. If I cast sus or how or whatever, it should tell me like what the fuck is going on. Because this is kind of goofy, kind of interesting. I could wall, because I don't know what the grimalkin does, except for, you know, casting fireballs. Hold on, all right, hold on. I'm gonna wait again. The grimalkin continues without pause. Okay. Yeah, let me just form a wall then. You gather the starlight into an alignment around you, throwing up an invisible barrier in front of you. The wall cuts the tower in two and should protect you from the Grimalkin's fireballs. A new one is currently forming. Climb the stairs. Climb the stairs and open the ceiling hatch. Oh my god, just as you go through, you hear an explosion from below, and you look down to see the Grimalkin has blown itself up. God fucking damn it. What happens if you are... What if it's a repeating dupe of whatever spell you cast? So it explained that the Grimalkin is aligned underneath the stars, which form the spell Hot, which is a fireball spell. Why it is shooting fireballs repetitively is the big question. Like, that's just bizarre. I kind of don't want to, like... Hold on. Let me rewind. Because I don't want it to, like, blow up. Okay. Right. Here it says, clearly positioned underneath the stars, Hyatt, Osriz, and Thara, angled so the resulting fireball is directed at the staircase. Okay. So we could probably do mag, actually. We don't have an M. We got Yap. No reason to do invisibility. Heal disease. We don't have to do that, and I don't think we have a Blimberry. Zen isn't gonna help. I just don't want to destroy the Grimalkin, honestly. I want to see if I can... like, do anything but that, you know? I'm not gonna zap the Grimalkin either. Every fireball that strikes the staircase bounces and boils up the whole length. If it is possible to reach the top unscathed, you will have to be fast. Let's go! You move for the stairs, but the fire is not yet cleared from its steps and heat backs back at you. Wait a moment. Move. Go. Move. Quick. Open the bolt, quick. Okay. Oh god. Okay, you hit the floor. Alright, so the fireball fucking smacks us, but at least the trapdoor's open now. A good clear run, and you should make it. For a moment, the tower is dark. Move. Okay, alright, top of the tower. You pant for breath. Beneath you, the fire lights the tower's interior for a moment, but then is gone. Once again, the tower is topped with a movable cylinder and blue crystal. Activate the beacon. Okay. Right, so I think we can try to... gonna rest here. I'm gonna just close my eyes. I don't want to waste the Blimberry, honestly. Okay. I think oh, the game's fucked. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's climb down. All right. You return to the floor of the tower and pause at a safe distance from the stairs. The spark in the gloomy interior indicates the Grimalkin is still active, and a third fireball begins to form. Let's just move. I just don't know who set up the Grimalkin, and I don't want to fuck with it. You leave the tower, and the path in this direction is less confusing. Headed downhill through the trees. You return to the shore of the lake. The pole with the bell marks the edge of the water. The coracle is bobbing in the shadows. Push the boat out. You push the boat out into the shallows and begin to skulk away from the shore. All right. You row the boat outwards across the water. The air moves a little, still icy but fresh. You sing a song from your boyhood as you draw on the oars. A song of fruit trees and warm milk and soft bedding. Is the boat gonna fucking sink if I enter the goofy zone? You row the boat outwards across the water. The day is likely to be clear and will be hot once more. You are back by the fallen boulders and stones of the broken harbor. A flock of gulls has its home beneath the toes of one of the stone feet. Guano drips from its toenail. You must move on. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right. What I'm swearing to God about is I don't want this boat to just die, because I will just die. All right. You row the boat out across the water. The sun continues to climb the steep sky. You lean on the oars, moving slowly forward across the lake. You've never rowed so far or for so long. In the fields of Shawberry where you grew up, there was no open water beyond a few ponds. Nothing to douse the approaching flames. Then again, to douse the flames that will come when goblins turn southwards, running from the Archmage and his army. Only the crown will prevent it. The crown is all that has held back the beasts for all this time. Perhaps one day it'll be time to load all Analand's people onto boats and sail southward for quieter shores. You row outwards, lost in sorry thoughts. Okay. You row the boat onwards across the water. The sun is hot now. Every stroke is hard work, but you're making progress. You've come within reach of a rocky island. You row the boat onwards across the water and pull it up to the shore. The mid-afternoon heat floods the valley. Get out of the boat. Okay. Return inland. Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom. This is one of the last serpents we need to destroy. Once this hoe is dead, we should be in a much better position. But we still have to find one. I think it's the sun serpent. This is the time serpent. I have no clue how to kill it. I think we're going to show up and die again, which is fine. But where is the sun serpent? Who fucking knows? Maybe we can go back to the, I forgot what the witch's name is. We could probably go back to the witch and be like, hey, yo, what are you giving us? Because we killed the water serpent. And hopefully she'll be like, I don't know, like, here's a sun jewel. So we can recoup from this bastard's tomfoolery that he's done. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, gamers. I'm back. All right. Serpent, and then I guess we have to, like, backtrack, or at least, like, visit this island, since it's no longer under the effects, and hope the sun serpent's here. You head away from the shoreline, up the rocky slope of the island. Everything about you is quite still. Even the insects do not seem to fly here. The air seems to shimmer slightly, as though you can see the beacon's beam from here. In this place is the whole... Wait. In this one place is the whole of the Backlands. Okay. Look ahead. I'm deeply concerned. Okay, hold on. Let's cast How. Okay. Can we cast How? We cannot cast How. Okay. All right. We're going to have to cast some type of spell. All right. Every one of the serpents has had a weakness that makes a ton of sense, right? For the moon, we learned but could not use that the moon serpent's like weakness is like light or anything to do with the sun, right? So surely the sun serpent, when we get to him, is going to be like a darkness or like fog, for instance, and we can use fog somewhere to like fuck up the sun serpent. But the time serpent, what bites away or counters time? It's like a riddle, but we don't have any setup. Maybe if we take it out of the hole somehow. Because maybe the hole gives it power. Because it just doesn't move from that hole. So what could we do? Wait. You approach the serpent again, who yawns, "You trouble me," he admits, moving uncomfortably in the beacon of light, then eating you last week. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. He doesn't like the light. Very curious. So, if we just do a little bit of tomfoolery here and point as much light at him as we can, maybe... Uh-oh. Maybe he'll, like, fucking die or something. I don't know. Okay, all right. Oh. Surely that'll be enough then. Right? You'd think 3 would be enough, yes? Wait, hold on, hold on. Let's look, let's look. Is that 3 on him? Or is this tower short? I think that tower might be short. So let's teleport back to that one. Yeah. No, that one's angled slightly down. I'm glad we caught that. Okay. So if we just adjust this then. If we do some... Alright, let's prank the hoe. I think we're good. Surely. Yeah! Okay, alright. Let's beat him up then. Hopefully the boat's still here. If it's not, I'm gonna be sad. Yeah, I don't care. Climb down. Okay. What? Okay. Don't worry about it. Right, we've been through this. Okay, okay. Another evening. Okay. Get out of the boat. Let's see how the time serpent is feeling now. The island's a pile of rocks as though dumped from a giant's bucket. Near the shore is a bell for the ferry. Drawn up on the shore is your little boat. All right, let's go inland. You head away from the shoreline up the rocky slope. There's something very strange about this place now, even stranger than your last visit. The air moves with insects, who seem frozen mid-flight, but at other moments spin through the air. Clouds stop, shift, then stop once more. It is as though the whole island is running on ticking clockwork. The air shines and glows with overlapping light from the beacons you have converged on this island. It is as though a battle of elemental forces is being waged in the air itself. All right. Let's creep up on him. Yeah, he's dazed, man. He's dazed. What could we do? What could we do? What could we do? What could we do? How can we prank him? This would be really funny. Talk to serpents. Holding the serpent ring, you cast the enchantment. The serpent hisses loudly in response. Tries to wrap itself around its jaws, but this serpent is too feeble to say anything. It moves its jaws emptily, but nothing comes out. You try to approach it now, stealthily, but stumble and slip loose on the mountainside, sending loose rocks flying with each step, but the creature does not look up. Indeed, the creature does not react to your presence at all. It appears quite immobile. I will kill you now. The creature attempts a reply, but it seems the weight of the crisscrossed beacon light across its body pins it down. It lifts its head a fraction, perhaps just enough for you to cut its throat. Blood pools around its feet. Very slowly, its eyelids open, as though they were pinned by weights. Then it chokes once. The light inside its eyes go dark. Is it dead? You stride over to check the beast's heart, but there can be no doubt. It is over. It is dead. Something is happening to the island. It's alive once more! The first thing you notice is the clouds. They start to hurry across the sky. The grass begins to shift and move in the light wind. A few loose rocks skitter down the slope. The island is moving once again, and the light from the beacons fades from view, and you feel a great wellness. But you feel a flush of satisfaction. Only one serpent remains. None of the others will be reporting your mission to their master. Let's bask in the yeah, let's bask in the ambiance, dude. All right. You take a moment to rest, absorbing something from the quiet of the island. The sun has almost set, and the sky has turned a deep purple. But now your quest will not wait. You should head back to the shore. All right. Where in the ever-loving fuck is the sun serpent supposed to be? Because I genuinely have no clue. We can teleport around. We can try to go back to Fenestra. But I don't think we're going to get any luck. Okay. Oh, neat. The boat is just gone. Okay, cool. Okay. Because, like, surely the sun serpent isn't going to be, like, all the way back here, right? It might be in the Clataban steps. That's kind of goofy if it's there. I guess the other thing is, we were trying to find, what was her name? Sham, who was said to live in the steppes, or lived in the steppes. Oh, it's flashing. So, either we go to the steps, or we go see Fenestra, and hopefully she'll answer the fucking door for once. I just don't know where I could find her. Hold on. I'm stretching. Okay. Let's... I don't want to go all the way back here. Because we've spent a ridiculous amount of time. Oh, right. We can't even exit this. Okay. So then we're going to go here. Okay. Let's climb down. This is the best option we have. Let's make a move. Uh-oh. Ignore me. We have to cast a spell first. Otherwise, we're gonna ruin everything. Zen. Yes. Alright, now we move. Across. Okay. Up to Fenestra. Let's rest a moment, why not? Will she let us in? No, she will not. We should ask the kid to steal for us, honestly. Okay. That was a colossal waste of time. Yet again. Where the fuck would this guy be? Do I just look it up? Honestly, like, I don't want to spend, like, another, like, hour playing this game. Trying to find the fucking sun serpent. Because I don't think we have any clues on where the serpent would be. And we've checked every island, right? So... Fuck it, I'm just gonna pick it up. Okay, I looked it up. Apparently it's in an orb. I have an orb of crystal. Were we given the sun serpent? I don't even know. Cause okay, all right. Here's what I'm looking at, right? Fenestra will give you the orb if you promise to kill the water serpent. Alternatively, you can smash the orb. You can get Ilizi to steal the orb from Fenestra. Okay, so maybe we have to talk to the girl again. I'm kind of lost here. Cast a spell. Sus. Wait, what counteracts the spell of invisibility? Hold on. Surely we figured that out. Maybe if I cast Yaz, then she'll show up again. I cannot cast Yaz. Okay. See the future. Okay, wait. You settle into a position by the roots of a tree and take out the orb of crystal. Consulting the constellations overhead, you bind the spell and suddenly find yourself somewhere quite new. The world seems to disappear, replaced with a vision. A ring of tall, shadowy stones in a desolate waste. You stand in their center, holding above your head a long yellow feather taken by some colossal bird. You're casting a spell of curious power. See what happens. The spell begins to take hold and the feather erupts into flame as though you held a fiery sword. The fire reaches down your arm and into your bones and you feel yourself swelling with a great strength. The vision fades, more stars come out. Sleep here. Just close my eyes. Okay. You wake early, the hut is still empty. Can't do dock, or I can do dock, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try fire again. Okay, I don't know what to do, man. Do I just assume that... Okay, alright, hold on. 7 serpents' weaknesses. We've... Fuck it, we ball. Let's just, like, walk around for a day. We're by Fenestra's Hill. That's fine. No clue if this bitch is defeated or not. We have no inkling to know. All right, we're by the bridge. Fuck it, climb the bridge. Don't even care at this point. Fuck it, unbuckle it. Let's climb. Upwards. All right, the going is tough. Or sorry, you unbuckle your weapons and leave them in a tidy pile at the foot of the pillar, covering them over with large leaves. Then you begin to climb. The going is tough, and once you start, you begin to understand how quite tall the stone pillar is. You've barely reached the forest canopy when you stop for breath, and at this time, you are not even a third of your way up to the top of the arch. Boop, keep climbing. You you keep climbing. After 5... what did I just do? My body's dying. You keep climbing after 5 more minutes. Your arms are aching with effort, but you have an incredible view of the forest. It fills this basin from the mountains in the east to those in the west. Its canopy is so self-entwined, it's almost like a sea. The top of the bridge is still some distance above you. You climb ever higher, and your arms begin to scream with pain. You are so high up now that a drop would simply not be fatal, but would be enough to bury you 6 feet into the earth. Before your arms give out, you swing yourself onto one of the bridge's levels to rest. All right. This is a lower roadway, 1 layer down from the top of the bridge. Perhaps this was used for servants or goods trucks, but the road above was for nobles. At any rate, there seems to be no stairs or ramps to the higher level, but the view is incredible. Turning your eyes to the eastern mountains, you spy the end of the bridge jutting a short way over the valley. I didn't mean to click that. And begin to catch a flash of water, Lake Oklala. Somehow then, you must climb those summits if you mean to continue your journey. The wind blasts through the arches for a moment, making a fluting, moaning sound. Looking down into the forest, you can make out a tower through the tree tops to the southeast. Brass shines from its top. And to the northeast, you see curling smoke rising, as though from a chimney stack, though you cannot see a house. Something rustles in the weeds nearby. Uh-oh. Search the weeds. You approach the bushes, then freeze. A pair of eyes is staring back. Uh-oh. Do I have a sus? Do I have a sus? Do I have a sus? I have a howl. I have a hot. Oh god, no. Oh, hold on. What do I do? I'm gonna listen. You listen intently. Something is crawling on its belly towards, trying to stay hidden. Whatever is lurking there is crawling closer. I'm going to whip out the chain. Thankfully, despite your lack of sword, you're not totally defenseless. You pull the chain out in attack. The creature is surprised but leaps backwards, and a sudden shift in the light causes the bridge to disappear for a moment. The creature in the bushes shrieks. The voice is human. Who's there? Now there, purrs the voice softly, is a voice I have not forgotten. You stare in surprise, it's Flanker. The assassin jumps aptly to his feet, then brushes himself down. Well met. What are you doing here? I'm making my way to High Zaman, where I am needed. You can see the wilds of the Backlands have been harsh on the assassin. His eyes burn with a hollow fire. How did you get here? To this bridge, he answers with fantastic precision. I leapt across the Badubak Gorge, climbed the Badubak Ridge, and used my climbing hooks to descend into the trees. I have killed 7 Snaticats before I found the bridge in which to shelter. He nods. How have you made the journey? By means of beacons. The beacons, he demands. You have used the magic of the Archmage, then he is no doubt sending birdmen as we speak to have your head. As he speaks, he draws his sword and runs 2 gloved fingertips along its length, honing its edge. I had no choice. There is always a further choice, Flanker shakes his head. You are reckless, Analander. Foolish. Why are you needed in High Zaman? I was set to my mission many weeks ago. The goddess demands it. I go where my blade is needed. Do you know of 7 serpents? Or what do you know of the 7 serpents, you ask? I know nothing of the serpents. Nothing at all. My path is to avoid these serpents. They do not hunt me, so I do not seek them. I have already begun to destroy them. Then the ones that remain will be more certain to find you and swallow you whole, he grimaces. Analander, I do not mean you ill, but time spent with you is most dangerous. Help me before you go. Remember, you're in my debt. Flanker considers a moment, then nods. In truth, I know something of your serpents. A black elf, whom I killed for her supplies, told me that the serpent of the sun cannot tolerate water. It may be true, and maybe not. I cannot know for sure. With a final salute, 2 fingers drawn across the neck in the manner of his guild. Flanker straps his sword to his back, swings himself onto a pillar. With enviable speed, he scrambles up to the top of the bridge. The last you see of him is a figure in black, leaping away to the east. Wait. So man just has hops. That's fire, dude. Alright, I'm gonna climb down. You swing yourself back down onto the pillar. You are somewhat rested, but start to burn once more. Or, your arms are somewhat rested, but quickly start to burn once more. You will have to return to the ground quickly. Boop. Slow, painstakingly, you make your way back down to retrieve your weapons. Oh my fucking god. Painstakingly, you make your way back down and retrieve your weapons, but when you uncover your hiding place, only your original Analander sword remains. The legendary sword must have been stolen, but by whom? Surely not by Flanker himself. You search the nearby area frantically for any sign of the other blade or who might have taken it, but you find nothing. It is as though the ground has opened up and swallowed your weapon whole. Time to... Did Fenestra take my shit? We're going back up. Uh-oh. Run. No. Not the Analan sword. So fucked. Oh, no. I'm so fucked. I am so fucked. God fucking damn it, dude. I'm not even gonna read these. I do like max 3 damage. My only hope is to maybe catch this dude lacking. Oh. I think I just die. God fucking damn it, dude. Okay. Please. Not, that's not a rat. Oh, what's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry, I'm deathly focused on fucking trying to defeat this, defeat this invisible cat, because my weapons just got stolen by some hoe. It's a long story. How are y'all doing? I'll probably pop in a second here. I do 4 damage max. God damn it. Okay. This is depressing. I'm not even gonna read these prompts. There's no way I win. I actually can't do anything. Orange chicken. Thank you, Brown. A philosopher, as always. Oh my, I'm just getting played with. Okay, alright. Hold on. We're rewinding. North, okay. I have nowhere that I can rest. I'm probably just gonna run into the Snaticats again. Yes, okay, move away. Move away. Keep walking. Listen. Cast a spell. Do I have zip? Can I get the fuck out of here? Please. I just summoned a goblin. Wait, okay, hold on. We have to consider very carefully here. I don't have glue. This might actually work out. Hold on. Let's just... Alright. Right, you listen. Footsteps across the leaves and branches cannot be disguised. The cats are pacing towards you. I cast the spell Rock. You craft the spell, tossing out a handful of stone dust at where you think the approaching Snaticat might be. The dust settles around the creature's form and seems to stiffen in place. and its short fur stands on end. In a wave of gray, the creature materializes into view. A moment later, it is merely a statue. The other Snadicats prowl closely, slowly circling around you. They are intelligent enough to be wary of your magic, but they are still hungry. You back away slowly, and the other creatures watch you with their bright orange eyes, but they do not follow. One by one, they disappear from view as you enter the trees. You continue to stride. Run. Run. Please run. Keep going. Make it to the hill. Nope. We have more than enough stamina. I don't want to fight the spooky invisible cats, please. Okay. Can we go in? No, we can't. Okay, so I guess if she stole my shit, I'm not getting it back. Okay. Then we go south. Day 30. Oh my god. Alright, we met Flanker, switched back to the Analander sword because all of our shit got stolen. And now we're sad. Wait, maybe the kid took it. Let's see. She did. Oh my god. You push your way into the ancient overgrown hut, and one corner of the hut is propped a familiar object. It is the legendary sword. Take it. Look for the thief. There's no sign of the thief anywhere, the girl, no doubt, but you cannot see her. This fucking kid. I'm gonna cause depression on the child. I'm literally going to cause depression on the child. Let's just see what happens. Reaching up to the star. Reaching up to the stars, you create the magic and immediately feel yourself losing energy and drive. With no other creatures nearby, the magic has turned itself on you. Fine. I guess she's out of her house right now. She fucking stole my sword. Oh my... I guess this is what I get for trying to cause depression on a child. Whatever. We're leaving this forsaken place. I don't care about the last serpent. Hold on. I messed up there. If I don't cast the spell, all is lost. Here we go. Alright, up the tower. We're teleporting back to the far end, and we're just gonna hope that the other serpent is gone. Because I have no clue where it is. You step out from between the toes of the sorcerer's statue. Amen, you know me. Always hanging around toes. There's no time to waste. You'll try to have to race the remaining serpents to the fortress instead of defeating them. Perhaps you'll be able to reach the fortress undetected, but in your heart, you doubt it, of course. All right. You begin the slow climb. Ahead, the stony road leads to the Zanzunus, towards the fortress at Mampang and the final stage of your quest. One serpent is still free, but there's nothing you can do about that now. You pass a fallen tree from which a sword hilt protrudes. Look at the sword. You look at the blade. The hilt is that of a very fine blade indeed, and scratched into the sword are two words: a gift. Draw the blade. Yo, wait, the blade, you draw the blade smoothly from the wood. It is long, curved, delicately weighted, butterfly sharp. This is a blade of the Assassin's Guild, no less. In the far distance, a shadowy figure disappears from view. Ahead, as always. You raise the blade and salute. You've taken 30 days to cross the Backlands. It's almost certain that the Archmage has received word of your journey from the remaining serpent. You walk on disheartened. Man. Wait, hold on. As you walk on, you are stopped by a man bent double under a great load. His presence is most surprising on the empty road. You, he demands breathlessly, are you going to High Zaman? That is where this road goes, yes. The man nods. I know. He adjusts his grip on his heavy pack. I'm going home, he tells you. Home is Kariyama, a little village over the lake, over the marsh. I'm sure you won't know it. Dude, I know it. What are you talking about? He smiles. Do you? I'm glad of that. A frown crosses his face. Only I was worried by something I heard while leaving. What did you hear? The birdmen up at the fortress are talking, you see, about the beacons. They said the beacons are emptying the land. I'm a simple peasant. I don't know anything about magic, but I'm headed home as fast as I can. Emptying it? You demand, catching his arm. How can a beacon empty anything? That's what they said, he says with some agitation. They said the beacons were wiping out whole villages, leaving only bare rock and dust behind. It sounded so strange. But then I heard the rumors that Tempang had been turned into a ruin overnight, and all the people gone. His voice drops to a whisper. They said it's being done by the most evil sorcerer in the land. The Archmage? Of course not the Archmage. Gred preserve him. The man replies, astonished. They call this sorcerer the Annulland. Someone saw him turn light onto Tempang, then it was gone. What do the beacons do? They're supposed to keep us safe, he shrugs helplessly. I'm going home as fast as I can. His knuckles turn white on the strap of his pack as he talks. But listen, you look like a strong sort, so I tell you what. If you see this sorcerer, Annulland, then kill him for us. I will. You reply listlessly. Good, the man answers. And with that, he shoulders his pack once more and hurries away down the path, to be quickly lost in the mist. This was once a grand road. There are hints of gold leaf on the corners of the steps, carvings and holes for lanterns and pillars that line the way. But All has since long fallen into disrepair. The only inhabitants remaining in this land are birdmen, cursed to the air, that shriek like demons at each other. Upwards. The sun sinks down behind the tallest peaks, and its dying rays light up a sight you will remember for the rest of your days, however few or numerous they are. Mampang. Tall spires and sharp angles make the building look like a rusted blade. One thing is certain. Entering the fortress will undoubtedly be the most perilous stage of your journey. To Mampang! Let's go! Okay. Your journey across the Backlands is complete. You took 30 days to cross the Backlands. In the course of your journey, you defeated 6 of the 7 serpents, encountered Flanker once more, left the Sightmaster Sergeant in his last moments, met Etheria the Mystic twice, met Fenestra, the Sorceress of the Forest. You learned all the spells that can be countered of the Ram, a statue in Mampang, and of Coletus, the Whispering Bridge. You collected a fantastic number of magical artifacts, and are armed with an assassin's sword, a legendary sword, and your original sword. You have no rations, 14 gold pieces, and a spell book. Continue. Your adventure concludes in Sorcery 4, the Crown of Kings. Save to Cloud. Alright. Cloud name spell. Hekikta. Okay. That's it for the stream today, fellas. 3 or 4 hours seems to be about the cap for me. Otherwise, I start to die. But, yeah. I will catch y'all later. Have a good night.